we are using the VIT database right now. So with the syntax we can use. So what is the next is in the from this point we need to learn, that is the join operations on two tables. Okay. So we have seen the various operations. So for the examination purpose or for the important things we need to see. So we have the very basic things. We have over here the join operation on the two tables. Before this, let us create the temporary table and which should have the common attribute. Right now, we are putting the we will not take the primary key or foreign key. We will take only the simple table. So yes, I'm here. I'm creating the two table. One is the XYZ, and another one is what you want to take. Then XYZ1, XYZ. So I'm taking the two tables, that is XYZ1 on XYZ2, which perform contain some information unlike ID and a name and age. And XYZ2 table contain the ID because there should be one common attribute for performing the operation. So we have the ID, so we have the common. And the XYZ2 table will contain the ID and we can take this is a course name, and we can take this could also be named by the title. Okay. So I'm creating the two simple tables for learning purpose only. So very basic beginning, create table name, that is XYZ1, and here I'm just taking the ID integer, and another is that is name. Okay, varchar, and I'm passing the size, that is the 40. Okay, and other one is age, so I'm taking integer. Yes, please tell me. In this syntax is clear to all? Yes, any doubt here?
No, sir.
Create table X, Y, Z. What is the problem we are getting over here? Anyone can tell me what's the error we are getting over here? Okay, I'm just executing the syntax. Okay, I'm just making this command as a this point over here and this point over here. Now I'm creating another table, just same as it is. I'm taking. There's nothing different except to the few things. Create table do what we have the XYZ2, and here we have the ID same as it is, and here instead of the name I am taking the course name, and here I'm just taking the only title, course title. So number, it is better idea to put the course ID, and I can take this as an integer. And course title, that is C title, and varchar 30. Okay, that's enough. Yes. Okay, this is, sorry, this is the one.
सर इंट नहीं लिखा कोर्स आईडी में.
Instead of the int, I have returned the ID. Okay, so now this is the correct. Okay, so how many tables we have? The XYZ1, XYZ2. Let me execute this part. So now we have created the two tables. Those are the XYZ1, XYZ2. And as we know, what is the common attribute we have? That is the ID. Okay, so I'm making this point over here. Now let us understand the syntax. Okay, should we insert some values or we can leave now? Tell me please. Should we leave or should we enter something over here? Insert into what is the table name? XYZ1, and we know the order of the attributes value, that is ID 112, and a name I'm just taking the random name, just like anything, just random, and AID just randomly. Okay, now I'm just inserting this command. After inserting this command, So one attribute is already inserted. I can insert the multiple values. So after putting the comma, I can just make the syntax like over here. So we can insert the multiple and duplicacy may allow. So I'm just inserting one duplicate record issue, and it will show you if you are at the duplicate record. We have one record, two, and we have the 12. I can take the 13. I can take the 14, and here I can take any value, anything what you want to. And then 0 to 14, I can take 2. I can take 1. Okay. Now, after executing the syntax, now we have inserted the record. Now you can see what the values which are inserted by the this record. Now, same thing. I'm also performing the operation for the my another record, another table relation, that is a x, y, z2. And what is the value? Okay, what is the value? We have some value. I know what is the order. What is the order? We have ID. So I'm taking the ID. If you ID, I'm taking the compass ID. I can take the 23, comma, and ports ID. So here I'm taking the ports ID, that is 100, and title, course title. So it could be DBMS. Okay. So this is a when I'm inserting another record. 23 I can take once again for repeating purpose. Here I can take 200. Here the T BMS I can take any W something. Something could be random title I'm taking. And here I'm taking the common attribute, common ID, that is 12 we have. Okay. So here we have the EER, something like this, okay, temporary purpose. Yeah. Here I'm just inserting only 3 record, that is sufficient. Yes. Now select star from XYZ1. Now you can see the other we have in every. Now is it clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm also executing the another query to find the record or list of the record or list of tuples from the relation XYZ2. So we have also same thing. Now everything is visible to all, so it's good for me. Now here we have to perform the join operation. And how to perform the join operation? This is the big question. And now, without showing the actual result, how we can determine that is what is happening over here. So here we are talking about the SQL join operation in the MySQL part. So what is the common thing we have over here? You can see there is common thing we have, that is the ID. So our first context, that is for inner join. Okay, let me clear to all. The inner join is basically join which is used to which is used to define the query based on the condition. If you remember the search word, then you can see. You have remembered the system. I taught you the important word, that is inner join. The inner join will be divided into two different flavor: equijoin and theta join. So by default, inner join is also having the idea which is known as the theta join. Okay. So or we can say the inner join. If we're putting the condition equal to instead of the any relation condition, so we are having the equijoins. So we can say inner join can also be implemented by the theta join and equijoin. If you remember the difference between the theta join and equijoin, so let me clear to all once again. Instead of the equal to condition or equivalence condition, if you're putting the any relation or comparison operator, then we have the theta join. and we are using the equal or equivalence condition, then we have the equivalence. This is a little bit difference. You have remembered, I think so. Have you remembered the such thing? Yes, please tell me. Have you remembered the such thing?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so first I'm just putting the simple query. Select. Okay, so select ID from XYZ1 and what we have the what are the other things we have, that is the XYZ1 we have the name. Okay, we can take the name. This name attributes belong to the XYZ1 attribute, and we can also take the other attribute like that is a uh, course title. Okay, so I'm taking the C course title from XYZ2. Okay, now this is to all selecting selected attributes which belong to the ID, name, and C title. C title, course title belong to XYZ2, and name and ID belong to the XYZ1 table. And from now tell me what should I write over here from XYZ1. Okay, if I execute this query, then what would be the output? Please tell me. Can anyone tell me what would be the output? Yes, please tell me what would be the output.
Sir, whole table will be shown. Sir, ID column from XYZ1 and name column from XYZ1 and title column from XYZ2 will be shown.
Okay, let me check. Now we are getting the error that ID XYZ in the field list.
Sir, we have from we you have written from XYZ1 only, but we are also demanding C title from XYZ2.
Okay, I'm also typing over here. Then again, we are getting the error. What the error we are getting? The unknown column ID dot XYZ. But ID is also part of the XYZ1. So what is the problem? Now see.
सर अभी तक क्रॉस नहीं किया हमने.
No, cross-name, actually we have not put any condition. Okay, we're not talking about the condition because of what the condition we have. So from the we want to take the ID from the XYZ1 only, that is sufficient. And the condition we can take condition we have to write inner join. Okay, inner join. We are joining the XYZ1 relation with the XYZ2. Okay, so inner join with XYZ2 on what is the condition we have, that is ID ID XYZ1 dot ID is equal to or XYZ2 dot ID. Okay, and here we need to do some amendment. Here would be the first table name will come and then it's attribute. So I'm just getting the point over here. ID, sorry, that is a name. And here this would be. Just keep in mind, actually, attribute name will come later on. Okay, so now this is good. Now, if I execute this query without inner join, now what would be the output? So let us run now. XYZ to C title in the field unknown. So what I need to do? I need to define fetching over here now. This query will be executed. So this is the point which is known as a simple fetching the data to relations. So this is known as a simple fetching the data from two tables. Just as an example. So with the help of the two different relation, you can fetch it, but you are not making the joining. You are not making the you are not performing the joining operation over here. Now you can see you have the multiple relation. And what does this sense? This is just equal to the Cartesian product. If you remember the my words, if you remember the such thing, this is just example of the Cartesian product we are doing. So simple fetching data by two tables. Just we have the two relation xyz xyz2, and we are choosing the only ID attribute from the xyz1 and name and title. So how many attributes we have? Two attributes, and one attribute we have by the xyz2. So it just make the mapping with the each attribute value to each domain to each domain from the xy1 to xyz of the record, and this is known as the Cartesian product. And this is since let me explain to this is known as Cartesian product.
सर तो इसमें हमने प्रोडक्ट कहाँ लिया, इसमें तो हमने सिंपल सिंटेक्स ले लिया, ये तो बिना कार्टेशियन प्रोडक्ट टर्म यूज करे भी हो सकता था।
नहीं, बिना कार्टेशियन प्रोडक्ट हो सकता था। अभी हमने क्या काम किया कि इसमें एक आईडी है, नेम है और एक टाइटल है। तो आईडी एंड नेम, तो आईडी और नेम के जो एट्रीब्यूट होंगे, कितने टोटल एट्रीब्यूट उसमें? 4, इसमें 3 है। तो टोटल कितने रिलेशन होंगे आपके? 4 into 3। सो हाउ मेनी यू हैव द वैल्यू? 12। काउंट 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 11, sorry, 9 10 11 12. So we are getting the 12. So this is example of the Cartesian part. For the performing the Cartesian product, you will not use the cross symbol. Cross symbol is also notation. So this is a simple sentence by which we can do. So this is example of the Cartesian
ओके
product. Okay.
ओके सर।
So how many rows we have? How many rows we have?
12।
So no, x y one x y z one we have the 4 rows, and x y z two have the 3. The total will be the 12 total rows. Okay, so this is a simple example. But if you want to really perform the inner join, then how you can write? This is the my syntax. So how we can perform the example now? So this is a syntax. Select. We just want to select what attribute? ID, name and title. Okay, and from xyz1, that is sufficient only. If you're choosing the row, so definitely you are looking for the Cartesian product. So we want to the data that should be belong to the only xyz1, and we want to make inner join with xyz2 relation on xyz1 dot id is equal to xyz2 dot id. So here this is example of the equijoin. Okay, here this is example of the equijoin. There's no condition, right? There is no syntactic error we have over here. Now should we execute this command? Yes, you have to use a keyword inner join on this on. Okay, so this we are getting data from the xyz1, but we are making the inner join with the xyz2 relation. Okay, and if you are changing side and inner join, you will take the xyz1, so output will be different. Now let me execute this part. Please tell me. Let me execute.
यस सर।
Okay, so after performing the operation, you will get that we are getting only 2 records. So you are performing the Cartesian product, then how many elements you are getting? That you are getting the total number of the records are 12. Okay, that is 4 into 2, right? Or duplicacy, of course, applicable. But inner join, we are getting only 2 records, from which you can remember the important word. The ID is equal to ID, and there is a one record, one ID. There is 12 IDs common in the both relation. If you remember the word, do you remember the thing?
यस सर।
So
सर
this is
if
our.
we change it to greater than, if we change equal sign to
Yeah,
greater than,
of
then
course, yes, of course. I'm doing my idea. Just do one thing. I'm just writing here, and this is the example of the equijoin. If you remember the my words, and instead of doing such thing, I can do. And here
theta
I'm just
join।
going. Okay, good. This is the theta join. Okay. So here I'm just making this as a comment. Okay, just making as a comment. And Now I'm putting the same syntax. Instead of this one, I'm putting the condition I just having the condition xyz1 dot id is greater than xyz2 id. Then what should be the output? Then you can see now 12 will not be there because 12 is not a greater than this one. So 13 and 14 is only two IDs we have. So now this is a condition. Now we are getting the output. This output. Okay, you can use the reverse condition and then execute. Now we are getting the all the details are all now you can see all these details are less than. So we have to this point. If you want to use just like this one equal to and you can use now we are getting the resolution. Now this is example of cheat judgment. Now this is clear to all about the judgment with practical way. Yes, please tell me.
Yes, sir, clear.
So what I am teaching into the my classroom, I will try to my level best to explain with the practical way. So I told you I will tell you the join operation with the practical way. So I am telling here. Okay. So theta join or we can say the inner join is clear to all with help of the equation or theta join concept. Okay, is clear to all?
सर तो हमने नीचे अगर हम ऊपर जो सेलेक्ट वाला जो हमने कमांड लिखा है थीटा जॉइन के बाद उसको कमेंट कर दें और सीधे सिर्फ इनर जॉइन वाला कमांड दें तो तब भी रन होगा या फिर वो सेलेक्ट
No,
वाला
no,
साथ में
no,
चलेगा?
no. Inner join is the keyword which is to be applicable with the select because what data you want to select. At the time the select clause is applicable. And from which table we need to want and from clause is applicable. So without the from a select clause you can't use the inner join. Since this is syntax, we have to keep in mind all the syntax proper. Okay.
सर एक बार सेलेक्ट में हमने एक्स वाई जेड वन और एक्स वाई जेड टू और ये इनर जॉइन में वन और टू को किस तरीके से लिखा हुआ समझा दीजिए। जैसे हमने इनर जॉइन एक्स वाई जेड टू ऑन एक्स वाई जेड वन डॉट आई डी लिखा है तो एक
Okay.
बार
Okay.
क्लियर
I
कर
can
दीजिए।
yes. Syntax I can write over here. The syntax I am writing. Okay. Just keep in mind the syntax. Okay. The syntax will help you to understand. Now select column names. Okay. Select column name. But if you select the column name which belong to the both table, then how you can differentiate? So it is better idea to use the. It is better idea to use the uh, table name dot column name and you can use all these things with the multiple space. So I'm putting the s yes, it means you can take the multiple tables like this one and from table name. Okay, from table name here you have to use only the one table name because you are just joining, you are just making the inner join. Here we need to put the table name 2. Here will be only the table name 1 and here we can choose the any information from the any tables, table 1 or table 2. But here, so what we are doing, table 1 will be making the inner join with the table 2 on what we have to on the condition. So on the condition. Okay, so here we are putting the condition over here. So this is a condition. We can write like this. Okay, on condition. Okay, here this will be a table 2 with another table we are making. Okay, since this is a table 1, this would be a syntax. Select the table of the attribute name and we need to write the table name because from which table you want to print or deselect and from you have to use table 1. So you are using a table 1 then with the inner join in theta equation if you want to change the xyz2 instead of the xyz1 or we can replace the such value then definitely output will be different. Then your first primary table will be the xyz1 or at the time you are putting the xyz2 into the from clause then primary table will be the xyz2. So which table you want to take as a primary table, so it's up to you. Then you have to check the information which is your primary table. If I need to find the all those students who belong to such faculty, so I will take the student table as a primary or faculty. So it's up to you which table you want to take as a primary table. So it's up to you. But without the, if you want to take only inner join with close, you can't take. This is a syntax. Now this is clear to all right now. Yes, still, yes, still. Any doubt over here, students? Yes, student. Any doubt you have, then you can ask me.
No doubts.
No doubt. Okay, so I'm just moving to the my next syntax that is known as the outer join. In the outer join, how many join we have? That is, we have the left, right, and then forward. If you remember this point, okay. So we are taking the, or we are performing the same operation. Just we are just choosing the select. I just want to print the name only, okay, and age, and course. What was the attribute? Just let me check one over here. We have the course ID. Okay, course ID. Now, so name, this name is belong to the, this name belong to the XYZ. Age belong to the XYZ. Age is just belong to the age is belong to only the XYZ one only, and course ID also belong to the XYZ. XYZ two only, and this is belong to the XYZ one. Now I have selected the my information. Okay, from XYZ one table. Okay, from this table, and I want to make the left outer join, so I can say left join with what is the table, another table, that is XYZ2. Okay, so the detail of the XYZ one will be displayed over here. Okay, the detail of the XYZ one will be displayed. Entire record belong to the XYZ will be displayed over here, and the things which is common or which is matching with the XYZ2 will be displayed over here. Okay. Yes, please tell me any doubts right now. Yes, student, please tell me any doubt over here.
No, sir.
So, what is the things we are getting over here? Select, okay, just on. For the condition we have xyz1 dot id is equal to xyz2 dot id. If you want to put the left outer join, then what is simple syntax? This is example for the left outer join. Okay, so the information which belong to the XYZ1 will be completely shown over here, and left outer joins with the left side the relation we have the XYZ1, that will be the complete displayed over here. And now see the syntax. Let us execute the syntax and see the result. We are getting all these values. Do you remember the syntax? So in the XYZ ID is match the XYZ ID. So only two ID which made with our condition, that is 12 12 if you remember. Okay. And rest of the part, that is the other side belong to display over here. So I'm just writing the entire detail over here. So XYZ one dot ID also I need to take, and sorry, comma. 12 12 ID is matching with the 13 13 is 13 or 14 ID is not in another relation, if you remember. So it will not showing the any record, it will display the null. Okay, if you remember the thing, are you remembering the thing? Yes, please tell me any doubt over here. Let me execute this syntax like this one. Then this is known as the left outer join, if you remember the thing, by matching with the condition. So ID is a common activity we are taking. Name and age we have the, so name and age with the XYZ. So we have the left side, we have the XYZ one relation, and ID is matching with the other attributes. So it found it is matching with the 12 tail, and 13 14 also will matching. So we have to put this value, but other details we don't have. So we have the null value instead of the this one. Now is it clear to all? The left side we have the relation that will be completely displayed, and right side we will get only those details which will meet our condition. So 12 is the relation, 12 is the ID which is the meeting to our condition only, and rest of the ID is not meeting. So we are getting the error. Not error means null value. Yes, please tell me any doubt over here in the left outer join.
No, sir.
Okay, if I want to use the right outer join, then what would be the condition? It would be the same syntax. Now, it will be same syntax. Instead of the putting right or left, I must use the right outer join, and so the detail from the right table will be displayed completely, and the XYZ2 will be the primary relation. So let me execute this part and see the result. Now you see the entire title, which is meeting with our condition, is displaying over here, and rest of the part is showing the none. Yes, please tell me, is it clear to all? The left outer join and right outer join. Just tell me any doubt you have.
सर एक सेकंड राइट आउटर जॉइन वाला फिर से बता दीजिए.
Since what happened at here, you can see we are choosing the two relation xyz1 xyz2. In the right outer join, we have the right side, we have the relation that is the xyz2. Okay, so in the left side we have the relation xyz1 and xyz2. So left side we are putting the xyz1, or right side we are putting the xyz2 relation. So in the right outer join, what we'll do, right outer join will take the entire detail from the, first, it will take the entire detail from the right side relation, and the condition which will meet the our from the left side relation, that
ID
is
को तो
12. So on the basis of the condition, that is ID. The 12 is the ID which will be meeting the our condition. So it will display only the such detail. Rest of the detail will be shown as a null. So you can see over here. And instead of putting the right or left, so in the left side, what happened? Left side we have the XYZ. So we are putting the left outer join. So the detail of the XYZ relation that is given on the right left side will display the entire detail properly, and the condition which will meeting the XYZ2 ID, that is the right side we have, it will display on the limited information. So we have this point. And this point we have also discussed in the exam practical and the numerical we have also seen. Yes, tell me, is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And and next we have the very interesting syntax, and it will clear more about the this outer join properly. So what we have the full outer join. Okay, so here we have the simple example of the full outer join. I'm taking the both relation, and you will see full outer join. And what I should use over here, instead of the left or right, I must use the keyword full outer join. Okay, so there is no space. I think there is no space. Just give me one second. It is full join or full outer join. Okay, let me try write this full join. So let me execute. We are getting the IDs clause. Okay, so okay, I'm just checking only the one part of the full outer join. So you may have some technical error. Just let me check over here. It is on the, it is a full is the keyword, and oops, Here I am choosing the one attribute that is common, that is ID only. Here there will be the only the point. That is XYZ in the field one. So okay, let me run the condition and we'll try once again to see the result. Non-field XYZ one Y. Oh, condition is required. Okay, so I'm just giving the condition, and this here condition will be done by the where clause. Okay, so let me put the correct on instead of the on the table and where just let me check. Everything is condition is optional, but where X Y Z check once again. So that one dot ID is equal to 12. XYZ ID is where clause or ID. Yes, everything is okay. Select a column, left outer join. So I'm taking this keyword will be the left outer join. So it is not giving the error over here. So yes, only the outer join. It is just performing the in only inner join. So I'm not taking this condition right now. So again, it's performing an inner join. So there is no issue. Now it is going in the right direction. So yeah, out. This it should be full join. We are getting the error over here, and let me this is some problem. Everything was correct when I tried to know. Full outer join. Okay. Here just let me note down the some point. Select xyz1 dot id comma xyz2 dot c title. These two values I'm taking from the xyz1 and full outer join on the there is a keyword, there is a full outer join, so it's giving the error full join, and I'm just executing. So again, it is not founding over here that we have xyz1 is a field unknown column. Why it is giving over here? No. So instead of the on, let me take the condition. It is also giving the once again the error. Keyword is right, everything is right. Full auto join, xyz1.